Hello, good afternoon, my wonderful people. It's another lovely Saturday afternoon here on the Meet and Greet with the FBI coach. So, who's joining us? And please tell me where you're viewing from, and also drop your favorite emoji. Please tell us where you're viewing from and drop your favorite emoji. We are ready. Our guest is ready. Like I said to you last time, once the student is ready, the teacher will show up. Our guest speaker for the day is ready, and in a few minutes, I'll bring him up. It promises to be a great time. The topic is "Don't Arrive Yet." Well, he has a lot to share with us. He's loaded. I'm going to be, I'll read out his profile so we can understand the caliber of the personality that is going to be speaking to us today. He's a great friend. We have come a long way, and he's loaded. When I say loaded, he's loaded. So if you are watching the replay, kindly tell us where you're viewing from, and also drop your favorite emoji, and share this video with your friends, with your contacts, tag your friends, host a watch party. Whoever you want their mental capacity to enlarge, more like enlarging your course. Tag the person in the video. Share the video. Let's reach out to many. Like I always say, be a blessing wholesale. Our guest is ready, and I'll bring him up and also read out his profile. His profile is loaded on its own. His profile is a training package on its own. So stay tuned as I bring up our guest, because today I don't want to take much of your time. You will see only more of him, so we can learn. So get your writing pads ready. Get your pen and your paper to write. Don't just keep it in your brain. Make sure you put it down on the paper. If you understand, if we are ready to go, say we are ready. Type we are ready in the comment section. If you are ready, type we are ready in the comment section. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished friends, it's a great privilege to bring up our wonderful guest for today. No other person but JSM, the one and only Solomon James himself. I hail you, sir.
I greet you, my chairman. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. Such a pleasure to be here with the only FBI coach, Charles Eze. Thank you so very much.
Please drop your favorite emoji for the one and only Solomon James, the only GSM. He's not GSM, or he's JSM, but I call him GSM at real. All right, before we delve into the topic of the day, I would like to read out his profile so you know the caliber of personality we are bringing up today. He's going to be talking on Don't Arrive Yet. Well, it's a bundle of service. I don't know what it is. He's going to unveil it. Solomon James, he is a wonderful man. Gone are the days where you are encouraged to go to school, get a good grade, and look forward to a lifetime employment and pension-funded retirement. Those days are gone. Now, there's an exception to that, and not the rule, though. How do you navigate your career and finances in this new disruptive economy? Africa's personal development coach, not personal, but pros, that has the now in it. Personal development coach, Solomon James, provides the rule of engagement that are required to build a pulse of your own in this new economic landscape. Through his struggles, through his personal struggles, growing up in Ajegunle, a suburb in Lagos, Nigeria, where he found himself hawking on the streets, to scavenging at the refuse dumps of Achakpo. Achakpo is in Ajegunle, and now traveling the world. He has traveled different parts of the world, different continents, living on his own terms. Solomon James has identified the habits, the attitudes, the beliefs, the behaviors, and paradigms that are essential to achieving personal, professional, and financial success, even in a depressing economic environment. These critical success factors, or the personal essentials, are the framework for the unique insights that are shared in his keynotes, seminars, and customized workshops. Attendees learn how to break from the past, excel in the present, and take ownership of the future. I love that. Solomon James has been engaging and inspiring audiences with his messages of personal development, personal achievement, wealth creation strategies, and strategic leadership for more than a decade. He shares these coveted insights in his seminars and conferences, high valued for his humorous style of delivery. You experience that today. Solomon James is natural, forceful, and exciting to listen to. This has made him a favored speaker, trainer, and a facilitator to audiences of 40 to conferences halls of over 10,000 people all over the country. He's a petroleum engineer by training, now wealth creation, personal development coach with more than 10 years of experience. Solomon is passionate about inspiring and empowering people of all income to transform their lives, families, communities, and the world by developing and taking control of their own purse and bringing healing to the sick wallets of the world. His keynotes and workshops engage, enlighten, and inspire audiences. As the CEO of Personal Development Solutions, he develops customized training and work-life programs for corporates and organizations on multimedia platforms. Solomon James has worked alongside entrepreneurs like Diolu Akiyemi, Emeka Nwankwo, Matthew Abulori, and has shared platforms with notable speakers like Professor Pat Utomi, Adekunle Soriyo, Praise Fowowe, and many others to spread the message of change and personal responsibility around the nation. He is very happily married to his Arijagbo, I hope I pronounced that well, Arijagbo princess, the babe of his dreams, the wife of his youth and old age, Olutoyi, and together they have a daughter, Emerald, and they live in the city of Lagos. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished viewers, please receive Solomon James. Please, let's drop some emoji for him. I like to say everybody should put their hands together for us. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so very much, my coach.
That is a loaded profile. I love that.
Looks like a handout, too.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, the floor is yours.
Wow, guys, I'm just humbled for the privilege to be here and to share thoughts and share with my brother Charles Eze. He's one inspiration that I see him do what you do. In fact, you are doing well. You are doing well. It's you know, we live in a time where people think it's business or life is about competition. But you see, the new success path to this collaboration, where everybody is encouraging everyone to succeed. Because truth be told, if any one of us in our space fails, it might be a dent to what we do. So collectively, we do owe everyone the opportunity to make sure that everyone succeeds. But why different persons are succeeding at different things they do, there is a part where we see people rise today and tomorrow they are gone. And we see so many of those. So what we are trying to do is to find ways where we can curb that and help ourselves in meetings like this, as we meet, as we greet each other, as we share love, to make sure that everybody's wealth and everybody's success story is on the rising path. You know, like the Bible will say, that the path of the righteous is like a shining light that shines brighter and brighter. So anything that can help us collectively grow together is what we should focus on. And I'm excited to be able to bring that thought today. Now, quickly, I don't know, because I want to share my screen or probably share something to take us through so that we have some little visuals. Okay. Okay, where am I sharing? Okay, I hope I know what I'm sharing.
Share screen.
Okay, I will look for it. I'm sharing. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Can we see this? Can you see
No,
this?
we have. Okay. Yes, we can see it now.
Okay. I still couldn't see you, so to be sure. And guys, I'm a learner. Okay, in this class. So Charles is my coach for today. I've attended StreamYard meeting, but I've never used it, so it's a new experience. At least, see, that's why everything you are learning on it. So I'm glad to be learning. Okay, now that we can see and you can hear, let's begin. Now, I think this it was just this week that I put this up. And it was a thought of the fact that yes, we're in a lockdown. I'm one given to travel. I travel quite a lot, and I asked myself in the last 8 months, practically, I think I've only left home about 30 times.
Wow.
So it's a season where we are having ourselves locked down, but it's good because it's given an opportunity to reinvent ourselves, to think, and to analyze our lives also. But the concept of don't arrive yet is the things that I get to see. Because like the Bible will say, be ye followers of them who through faith and patience obtain the promise. So we are followers. You can't be a good leader until you are a follower. So in following, I study things. And I'm finding that, yes, based on what is happening right now in the economy, many young people are jumping into businesses, into entrepreneurship, and the rest, which is good, which is what I will encourage, which is what we're encouraging. People should take ownership of their lives. But we find people arriving their destination faster than possible. So it's my desire that on this trip we don't arrive fast enough, because the faster you arrive, you might be burning. Now, my wife just landed just probably an hour ago from Uyo, and we prayed for her to arrive. But you see, there is another milestone when it comes to business why you shouldn't arrive early enough, which is what I want to take us through. Okay, so let's begin and let's see why this thought. Now, the day that you arrive is the day you begin to go obscure. I do not know your business. I do not know which company you are aligning with, but trust me on this. The very day that you believe you have arrived, that day you are a goner. As I begin to observe people and observe the gurus in the industry, the billionaires, I find out that many of them are finding it difficult to arrive. You can't tell me today that a Jeff Bezos has arrived. Immediately they meet one target, they stretch to the next one. A Richard Branson is still doing things. But you see people today, perhaps we get our first car, we get our first trip, and suddenly we have arrived. Instantly, you are seeing people going from being burning flame to becoming ashes. Why? They arrived too early. So the concept of you not arriving fast not arriving yet is one that wants to keep you longer than necessary so that you can transfer your knowledge, transfer your wealth, transfer the things you do to other generation. Because today people are just arriving too fast. Again, I want to establish here that please, I do not know what you do. I know we live in a fast lane. People, nobody wants to take the staircase. Everybody wants to take the elevator mentality is out there, so that people wants to arrive. It you join today, you make it happen the next day. But listen, if you don't get the paradigm right, it might hurt you. The day you arrive is the day you begin to go obscure. Begin to work with that mentality. I have not arrived. Listen, I keep saying to myself, when I look at what the Jeff Bezos are doing, when I look at what the Warren Buffetts are doing, these guys, it's as if for us here, if they were to be Nigerians or Africans, we say they are not getting off the stage. They are not slowing down anytime soon. They are adding fuel to their vehicle. They are adding fuel to their flight, to power to the next space. Why we are coasting? Because perhaps you have made your first 1 million, you have gotten your first car, you've had your first travel. Guys, this is not the time to slow down. Do not arrive yet. Now, why is this important? Many people got to limelight and somehow they are gradually losing the same habits that got them there. Now, if I talk to my FBI coach right now, if we were to ask him personal questions, you will find out that it took you hours. You know, they will talk about the 10,000 hours rule. Okay, the 10,000 hours rule. Now, different people have spent hours polishing themselves, reading, studying. Different things we do today at ease didn't come at ease. They were nights of labors. They were nights of burning the midnight candle. There were nights where sometimes you even lose track of eating just because we wanted to get there. We read books, we attended seminars, we attended webinars, we attended, not now there's even webinar, it was more of seminars, okay? We attended so many things. We are going from one city to the other. Some of you will pay transport to come to Lagos, whether it was a Success Digest and all those things. We were hungry.
Yeah.
But suddenly, now that it looks as if we are beginning to get it, we are beginning to lose those habits. Now, I do not know the habits that got you there. Otherwise, I would have asked you, what are the habits that you started doing before that right now you are not doing? There are some of us that cultivated a habit that we must read a book a month. But right now, we no longer anymore. You know why? You are a big boy. Now you have arrived. So that is a template for failure. That is a template that will hurt every one of us. Listen, my light does not dim your light. Your light does not dim my light. But if collectively we all shine, we put a new narrative to society. We put a new narrative to the atmosphere. We put in a new narrative to the nation, to the world at large. So any one of us whose light is getting dim somehow might affect all of us collectively in a way. So which is why we must all consistently maintain that habit. The habits that got us started. The habits, do you know how there are, what have you read? You've got an ebook. It's not now that ebook is cheap. We wanted to share, we wanted to share ebooks, we wanted to share things, we wanted to share content. That is what got many people to limelight. But suddenly, right now, they have changed. The story has changed. And it's sorry state. Now, nothing feels like success. And I want to establish that. I mean, I got this from, I think it was Robin Sharma. He said, nothing feels like success. We are hungry for success, but immediately we get it, we become complacent. The very day you think you have arrived, you're already failing. Because like it has been established, the people you are looking up to, they are not even arriving. Why you think they are done with one project, they are opening the next project? Why you think they have gotten to this milestone, they are moving to the next milestone? Why for some of us, you are coasting in your success? Nothing feels like success, unfortunately. Which is why sometimes I was praying to with a young boy. I said, I pray you do not succeed early. And he was like, are you cursing us? I said, no. Because listen, do you know that the waiting time makes you? The waiting time builds you. The waiting time gives you it takes you through the process. Now, people People who do not go through the process are the people who want to commit suicide. See, always say, I commit suicide. Why? You lose money. I have walked on the street. I did not commit suicide. It is now that I see money, I want to commit suicide. Or that the money reduced, I want to commit suicide. I don't understand. Nothing feels like success. When success gets into your head, my mentor said to me, said the devil is already roasting you for dinner. So you must not allow the small coins that have entered our hands to begin to derail us. Success must not be the destination. The destination is not fixed. It's relative. It keeps moving. The goalposts keep moving. Appreciate where you are, but please, while you are approaching it, while you are approaching that rank in your company, while you are approaching that rank in your organization, while you are qualifying for that incentive in your organization, your goal, your eye must be on the next one. Nothing feels like success. And I'll tell you, and we can go through the numbers of many people and many many of the, we've seen different stars here, even in Africa, in Nigeria, who began, they just got into spotlight before you know, they were already out. Because they felt they had arrived, they were not paying attention anymore. They did not look at how to improve themselves, how to innovate themselves, how to get themselves going. Before you know, they were out of circulation. Nothing. And if I mention some musicians right now, you will know. We used to know them, but right now, they've become part of the museum. They have already been relegated to the archives. May our success not be relegated to the archives when we are just starting, which is why I say don't arrive too fast. Don't arrive yet. Nothing feels like success. Now, permit me, without apology, I don't apologize for my belief, but I'll ask for your permission without apology anyway. I'm a student of the Bible. It's one of the books that have molded my life. It's one of the books that have shaped my life. It is the greatest instruction manual on the face of the earth. So I do not apologize when I make references to it. But so I'll make a reference to a statement from the Bible. Now, it's taken from 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 17. It's a story of the prophet Samuel and Saul. Samuel was supposed to come make a sacrifice, but while Samuel delayed, Saul decided to act on his behalf. And when he did that, this is what Samuel said in 1 Samuel 15, verse 17. And Samuel said, when thou was little in thy own sight, was thou not made the head of the tribes of Israel? And the Lord anointed thee king over Israel. 1 Samuel 15, verse 17. The key word here is that when thou was little in your own sight, you were made. When we were little in our own eyes, we were reading, we were studying, we were hungry for knowledge. We were ready to take night buses to get to the next stage. When we were small in our own eyes. Today, some of us have been made, we have become what I call big boy syndromes. Now, quickly, let me also take a look at this from the same scripture Message translation. It said, and Samuel told him, when you started out in this, you were nothing. Guys, they read my profile. I am nothing. And I'm grateful to God. He said, and you knew it. Then God put you at the head of Israel, made you king over Israel. Then God sent you off to do a job for him. Whatsoever you are doing, guys, is a job for God.
Yeah.
Whatsoever you are doing is ministry because it's a job for God. You might say, I am not called. I am putting it to you today. If you are an entrepreneur, you are called. Many persons are waiting for you. Listen, Saul was not a prophet. But God is saying, I sent you on a job. I see what I do as a job. I see what Charles Eze is doing as a job. I see whatsoever you are doing as a job for God. But understand that when you started out, you were nothing. We started humbly. We started with desperation. We wanted change. But suddenly, God is beginning to open little doors for us. and we are beginning to run wild. That is an error. So how do we address this? The big boy syndrome that we see is beginning to lead many people to what I call the big boys decline. Listen, we all want success, but success doesn't happen overnight. There is a song I heard, I don't even know who sang it. Said, it's not going to happen overnight. I don't know how to sing, but listen, success does not happen overnight. It happens with time.
Yeah.
Why some of us might come and we share our success story. Some person will say, hey, when my own go happen, your own go happen, my brother, your own go happen, my sister, but it needs time. But yes, because I am very certain your success is inevitable, we are trying to prepare you ahead, because it is not when it comes. If it comes, it will come. Your success is inevitable. But when your success happens, there are certain things we'll begin to see, like we talk about the habits that took us there, we no longer maintain. In the course of time, some of us were hungry for this, that we got to a level of world class. Listen, it's our desire that everybody plays world class. The Charles Eze you see today is not the Charles Eze of 5 years ago. It's not the Charles Eze of 10 years ago. He's evolving, but he's still not there. And he's not where he used to be. Thankfully, I am not where I used to be. There is an evolution. Now, many of us push ourselves to a level of world class. But as we begin to relax and we begin to coast in our successes, we have gotten there, nothing matters anymore. What do you see? A mindset of arrogance begin to play in. You no longer attend the webinars. So who they talk, that Charles, I beg, we don't hear that thing. You no longer attend the seminars. I beg, I don't get all that time, leave them. You no longer attend the trainings. It's a mindset of arrogance. Some of us suddenly feel we have arrived. It's a mindset of arrogance. When arrogance is collaborated with ignorance, you are irredeemable.
Oh my goodness. Please say that again.
When arrogance is collaborated with ignorance, you are irredeemable. So, because some people are so arrogant, they do not even know they are arrogant. And when you are trying to point them, they look as if you want to control their life. Why? Once they were in a world class, once they've gotten a trip, once they have succeeded, once they've gotten a car, nobody can talk to them. They no longer attend the meetings. Do you remember those days when we come for meetings, we want to sit in front?
Yeah.
But right now, they see people sitting in front as the small boys. They are the people who sit at the back to analyze the presentation. It's a mindset of arrogance. Guys, if you catch yourself going into a level of mindset of arrogance, the big boys decline has begun for you. The next thing you see, people begin to rest on their laurels. The follow-ups, the calls, the number of presentation. Say, I beg, they go do them. Me go do them again. But remember when you were looking for opportunity to even hold the mic. Remember when you were looking for opportunity for you to even stand on the stage. Now we have been given that platform, and now we are resting on our laurels. Guys, it's a big boys decline. The next thing you notice, mediocrity begins to creep in. It does not matter. When it does not matter begins to multiply, guys, you're already sinking. You look at the presentation, what you are supposed to polish, you say, it don't matter. Information you are supposed to get tidied up, you say it does not matter. Preparations you are supposed to make, you say it does not matter. Who you are supposed to call, you say it does not matter. Guys, this is a landslide, it's a slope, and the person is coming down. What else do you see? They begin to dim their fire, what we call best in world. You wanted to be the best. That was why you became a world class. But suddenly, the fire begins to... Have you not seen this with most of our Nigerian athletes? You see a Nigerian footballer so hungry for a national call. But suddenly, they give you a shot at the national call. You stroll into the camp.
Yeah.
You are dimming the fire. Mediocrity is creeping in. Not knowing that there are some other younger guys waiting to take your space. And what happens? You become obsolete. You no longer update yourself. Every time you come to share, you are talking about what happened 2 years ago? Do you know when I traveled 10 years ago? Do you know when we started this company? Do you know you are history? You are now telling history, guys. My God, you are now telling history. You are on a decline. If your testimonies are testimonies of yesterday, you are out. That's the truth. Capital letter, end of story, no apology. If you cannot tell what you are doing now, if you cannot tell of the new teams you are raising now, if you cannot tell of the new people you are inspiring right now, if you are not telling of guys, listen, these things don't happen overnight, and they don't just happen as if it's a timetable, but you just begin to sleep, you begin to sleep, you begin to sleep. You can start as a world class. If you do not pay attention and you think you have arrived, suddenly you are obsolete and you are replaced. Musicians have been replaced. Movie stars have been replaced because they felt. Now, there are some movie stars that we had years ago. They are still on the screen till today. They keep evolving. There are musicians that also they are still on the scene today. Whereas we have many one-hit wonders. He just released an album. Our government bad. They don't get to man chop. My God, hunger will kill you. Hunger will kill you. Frustration will kill you. You just feel you have arrived. How many of these people you find they find it difficult, which is why it's a challenge. Once they have one hit, they find it difficult to come back because they'll use that one single and tour the entire world. Release the next one now.
They're not going to release.
They're not going to release. Guys, it's a decline. It's a trap. And we do not want anybody here to get in. Now, this is what I will encourage. Growth requires that you stretch. To stop to stretch is to stop to grow.
Yeah.
This is my admonition to everyone listening to this call today. Give yourself stretch marks. As a matter of fact, what FBI is doing is raising stretch mark ambassadors. Stretch yourself. Stretch your mind. Stretch your intelligence. Stretch your finances. Stretch your capacity. Increase your capacity. Give yourself stretch mark. Go beyond what you can. There are some of us here, constant and not fit, and yet you want to get to the top. You can't play. You are already at a mediocre level. You are not testing world class. It will be too easy for you to fall into obsolescence. Give yourself stretch mark. Seek to be like the best globally. Listen, your competition right now is not in Ugeli, is not in Mbiama, is not in Port Harcourt. Your competition is not local. Your competition right now is global. You must be a global player. If you are not ready to play globally, get out of this stage.
Yes, sir.
So if you think you have arrived because they gave you a car here in Nigeria, your car will become a tortoise car when we put you on a global standard. In fact, it will become a keke. So which is why we've got to stretch ourselves. Don't become complacent that you have arrived. Growth requires that you stretch. I hope somebody is getting value here. Sometimes it's not about who has more talent. It's about who is hungrier. Because you see many of us, we feel educated. We feel, I was talking yesterday to somebody. Yesterday morning. I was talking to somebody. He was on his way from Port Harcourt and he gave me a call. He came to address about 200 medical doctors there in Port Harcourt. This young man has never seen the four wall of a formal education. If he speaks, it will blow your mind. You would think he's a professor. Here is this young man talking to medical professionals who have spent 7 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years in school, plus all their residencies and everything. But you see, it's not about his talent. It's about his hunger.
Yeah.
And he said to them, in fact, he said something to me. He said he opened his business back office to show them something. Just in less than 2 years, just a year plus. In one of his business, his back office, he had made $874,000 US.
Wow.
$874,000 US. He showed them and he said to them, I have not gone to school. You people are professionals. If I can do it, you can do it. It's not about the talent, it's about the hunger. He knows his background. Some of us know where we are coming from. The world may not give us enough chance, but your hunger can do what talent cannot do. So, if you are here on this call, you say, but the people who they give me, let your hunger push you. Keep driving. Sir. It's not about the talent. It's about about being hungry. And in the words of what's this guy, Les Brown, he said, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry. Guys, you've got to be hungry. When you get to a milestone, you begin to decline if there is no hunger for more. Let me go back to my favorite book. The same 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 28. And this is what it says. And Samuel said unto him, the Lord has rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day, and has given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou. Guys, once somebody can get better than you, you are becoming obsolete, which is why we must keep stretching. The reason Saul lost the kingdom, he thought he was the king, not knowing that there was somebody at the backside of the desert taking care of the sheep, fighting the lions, fighting the bear, which was why when he confronted Goliath, he said, the same God that has delivered the lions and the bear into my hand will deliver you into my hand. You think you are the king of your organization. Somebody is preparing to take your space if you do not upgrade. A neighbor that, listen, it might not be far. Who will take your space in case you are the Shakara? It's a neighbor. But you know what? That neighbor is better than thou. So what we need to focus on right now is to keep getting better. Every day you must improve yourself. That's why you must attend the trainings. That's why you must attend the conferences. That's why you must attend the event. That's why you must show up. Why? You've got to be better. If somebody becomes better in your place of work, you've lost that job. The world right now is competitive. If they get somebody that can communicate better, that can type better, that can do what you are doing better, my guy, you are out. And you know that's the reality of our time. Today we are having people 20-something years replacing the fathers because they couldn't reinvent themselves. So the Lord has rent the kingdom from thee this day and has given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou. So I said to myself, I said, God. You see, now I understand when I hear people like Bishop Oyedepo say, may you never have a better yesterday. Because if you have a better yesterday, your place is taken. God looks for who is better today and give to that person. Make sure you are committed that you don't arrive yet. Because the mindset of arrival makes you complacent. You can't get better. I don't know whether somebody gets that.
Yes, sir.
Now, as we bring this to a close, so that we can take your questions. The way to stay number one is to work like number two. What's the secret of being in top of your organization, of being in top of your business, of being in top of your career? The way to stay number one is to work like number two. Because again, like I said, immediately we arrive as number one, all the top leaders, we become complacent. We no longer work as the number two. But you see, to stay as number one, keep working at number two. Do you see the work habit of a Dangote? You think Dangote, with all the money, has time for frivolities? The guy still work 18 hours.
Yes, so.
You see the Jeff Bezos? Do you know how many hours they work? You see the Richard Branson? Do you see how many hours they work? You think the Mark Zuckerberg just walks on the street and is strolling? To stay number one, they keep working at number two. Go online and look at companies that thought they were number one. They are gone.
I agree.
They are gone. Where was Yahoo? Yahoo at a particular time when most of us came online, there was not like Google. It was the Yahoo brothers. It was the Yahoo.
Yes.
Yeah, everything was Yahoo. They were number one. But once they got complacent, they no longer work as number two. They were taken out. Guys, I want to encourage you whatsoever business you are doing, you must have a paradigm that you are number 2. You must have a paradigm you are number 2. You are not number 1. That paradigm will keep you grinding. That paradigm will keep you working. And so, but is that how I work forever? No. Because you get to a point where things go on auto. But right now, now some of us just came off the Eric Wars 7-day challenge, and some of us were on it. Now you see most of these people people already have up to 600, 1,000 people personal sponsors, and yet they are still sponsoring 10, 20. They are working as number 2. Why somebody who just joined today is telling you they never give me anybody? Wait now, na palliative. You never send anybody, can't give me. You never support me. Na palliative. Sit down there. Why the number 1? Listen, that's why I say you are playing local. That's why you are thinking that way. Go look for a warehouse, my guy. But if you want to play at listen, these guys, you are shocked. Keep listening to every one of them every day. Look at the numbers. Look at the work ethic. Look at what they are putting into it. From one Zoom to the other, from one meeting to the other. Why the other person is just waiting? Say, go give me spillover now. Who do you?
Palliative.
I want to remember this. Nothing feels like success.
Yeah.
Again, I can go through templates and show you different people in different scenarios, in different situations, in different niche. Nothing feels like success. It's important that we understand this. Now, let me close by saying this. Refuse to arrive. Refuse to arrive. As a matter of fact, Charles Eze will see your comment in the chat, whether you are watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Just type in, I refuse to arrive. I refuse to arrive. Make a commitment to yourself. I refuse to arrive. This is, I'm not negative that you will not succeed, but it's sustaining it.
Yeah.
Can we last? Can we be here for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? Can we hear your story? Can we still see you relevant in on the scene of play for the next 5 years? There were people that when we came into the industry, they were at the top. Today, they are just like Christmas carols, silent nights.
Monuments.
I refuse to arrive. Type in the chat column whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. I refuse to arrive. Because that's my wish for you, that you refuse to arrive. And guys, destiny is not your problem. Preparation is. Destiny is not your problem. Many people will tell you about their great destiny. Tomorrow is Sunday. You'll be anointed, mantle, everything. It's not about the destiny. It's about the preparation. Even why God rejected Saul and they told David, you will be the next person. That was his destiny. But the young man went into the bush to prepare himself. It does not fall on your laps. So again, destiny is not your problem. You have a great destiny, I agree. You have a great future, I agree. Are you preparing for it? When I see your work ethic, when I see your commitment to your dream, I know whether you believe in it or not. Because a proof of belief is pursuit.
Yeah.
Destiny is not your problem. Prepare for the next phase. And with this, I want to say I wish you great success in building yourself and in building your business. Again, my name is Solomon James. I want to thank you for this privilege and for the opportunity to share just few minutes with my coach, the FBI coach, Charles Eze himself. Thank you very much, sir, and I'm grateful.
Wow. This is loaded. This is awesome. This is not just mind shifting. This is mind surgery. The mind, anybody that opens his mind will agree with me that the mind has been dissected. This is awesome. This is awesome. I love that aspect of palliative. Go and find it and devour it. Thank you very much for that, sir.
Thank you
I
very much.
appreciate that. This is awesome. I'm sure you got things from this. So whatever you learned from this, put it in the comment section. By the way, I know you have questions. Whatever question you have, please put it in the comment section so we can use this remaining few minutes to take the question. Now, there was something remarkable you talked about. You said, when you are number one, work like you are number two. In other words, don't get complacent with where you are. Now, there is a trend I have noticed in our network marketing industry, and that trend is, okay, I have referred XYZ number of persons. It's time for me to relax, which is still tying it to the experiences which we had with from the last Eric Juarez event. Top earners, Jesse Lee, who makes like $1 million every month, still recruiting. Now, coming to our environment, what factors do you think one should deal with in order to stay on top of the game?
I think what you've asked is a very critical, is a critical one. But let me quickly put it out there again without apology. The reason why we might be having that mentality is because we are playing local. Listen, I know you are making perhaps 500,000 naira in a month in your organization, perhaps. If you convert it to global currency, you are under $1,000.
I agree with you.
And at the global stage, that is what some people use for their transportation.
Yeah.
So because our mindset is local, it stops us. Now, I was linked to one of my mentor I think last month or so, and he was trying to listen, until you begin to think about seven figures. There's what called a seven figures mindset, a seven-figure mentality, a seven-figure paradigm. You'll be okay with having 5 figures. So as long as you have a 5-figure mentality, you are not looking further. So you cannot want to stretch to go and recruit more. But these people are 7 figures, going 8 figures. You look like a Brian Carruthers. I've listened to his trainings different times. I've followed him. This guy is doing millions per month.
Yeah.
It's an 8-figure income earner, and yet he's recruiting every single day. So what sets the target? It's your dream. Remember, if you were to buy a keke, you don't, perhaps you may not need more than 10 people.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to buy a private jet, then you know you need a structure to sustain that. Because it is one thing to have that lifestyle, it's another thing to maintain that lifestyle. So you've got to keep you've got to keep enhancing the structure that will keep that lifestyle going. Otherwise, what I painted, the big boys decline. We know people who are living in mansions today that sold out the mansions. You have seen it in Nollywood. You have seen with musical stars even in the US who were earning millions. We have seen it with boxers. These are people earning millions, and many of them today are bankrupt. Then it's you that your bank account now looks like start 737 or something like that.
It's 737 too big now. Digital clock.
The digital clock, pam, 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 and things like that. So guys, if you want a bigger dream, then keep going for more. So for me, what is stopping people from pushing is because they are not seeing more. I think what we might need to do is to help their lens so that they can see well and they can push more, dream more. Remember what I just shared. The kingdom was taken from Saul because somebody was better. So the
Yeah.
person is seeing a bigger dream. So for you, once you are ready with just no, 3 person is okay. After they say it's 3 by 3. What if one person drop? What if all of them drop? You don't
Yeah.
stop. You keep getting more people. It's like the fire thing. The more you remove the wood from the fire, it begins to come down. But if you want it to blaze, and we all want blazing businesses, blazing income, add more wood to the fire.
The fire. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. You have shared wonderful nuggets. I'm going to take time to watch this again because meeting makes money. Meetings like this, there are things which I don't know. Just like they concluded 7 days GoPro recruiting mastery, there were tons and tons of lessons I learned, and today I have added more to what I know. Life is about continuous growth. I truly appreciate you. If we don't have any question, then it's been amazing. It's been amazing. 51 minutes. It's been amazing. I appreciate you, my brother. When I grow up, I want to be like you. There's something about you I love, which I have told my wife that in this next phase of my life, let the COVID-19 settle down well. Once that one don't settle down, we'll start off that.
We'll now do, Jesus went about, like I said, in the last 8 months, I think I traveled last February. I've been indoors. I think I came out last in March, and in the last 8 months, this is March till now, almost 9 months, I've only come out maximum of 30 times. So we have also pivoted and adapted, and which is why you must get better. And what we are doing today on webinars, the entire world is coming to webinar. Some of us have been doing webinar for over 10 years ago. I had my webinar jam 2013, so 7 years ago, far away before people got there. So now, before I was on a meeting, I had a 2 hours training for an NGO, and there was a church I was supposed to also talk to as I was finishing around after 1. I told them I have another meeting. Listen, today everybody's coming online, and yet some persons don't think this is the future. Okay, it's where it's what it is. So let everyone upgrade themselves. Upgrade. I know, like I said, yesterday or 2 days ago, my phone, they said I need to upgrade it, and I tapped to upgrade it. My laptop, they'll tell you update, upgrade. How come we are updating our toys, but we are not updating ourselves?
Guy,
that's a problem.
Guy, it's either we update or we outdate.
You get outdated. Okay, you get outdated. You become an IBM. I don't know how many people still have IBM.
Man, this thing it really brought a lot of stuff to my mind. Talking about Nokia, I remember when Nokia was the wave of the moment.
Nokia, Sagem. I had a Sagem.
Yes, yesterday I was talking to a friend. We went somewhere and we saw Limca, and we just said, Limca did not pack up. Coca-Cola bought over the company. So what happened to the staff? Of course, they are pushed into the labor market. So we need to keep upgrading. I was talking to a friend, talking about this upgrade. I was talking to a friend about, not really a friend, okay, about a vulcanizer, which I told to upgrade, that the work you're doing now will soon be obsolete. He said, "Oh, leave that thing, we live here." I said, "Okay, very soon." Are you aware that there's automatic car jack that even my wife can just use, plug and play? And there's also sealant. You just identify the place, pierce in the rubber, and he says, "I don't need one vulcanizer to bring out." So a whole lot of things. Many people have not come to embrace this new normal. They are still in the analog. Some are still in the digital, but there's a new normal.
Syllabus has changed.
Yes. Thank you very much for this. I appreciate it. Please, let's drop some wonderful comments, appreciation for... did I tell you that Solomon James is a pastor? Yeah, he's a pastor. It was not in his profile. He's a pastor. He's a great man. If this man,
Charles, sorry for cutting it, when you say I'm a pastor, like I normally, just like I was saying, whatsoever we do, it's a ministry. Like I quoted there, God said, I'm sending you for a job. If God sends you for once it's God's job, then you are in His ministry, you are in His train. So you must take it. For some of us, you are called into the marketplace. Okay. You see, and how you live your life and how you conduct your business with integrity tells what you represent. So, which is why for us, I don't put pastor, I don't put clergy, I don't put all those things in my nomenclature. Let my life, how I deal with you, how I relate with you, tell you that I'm representing a kingdom, and that's what we stand for.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. All right, that's where we're going to end it for today. It's been a great moment. Next week, I'll continue on the basic building blocks in MLM. I had to cut it short for my super boss here to come and fire us up at such a time as this. So next week, Saturday, we are continuing on the basic building blocks in network marketing. Where did we stop? Can you remember? Can you remember? If you can remember, drop it in the comment section where we stopped last week. So see you again next week, Saturday. Thank you very much, Solomon James. It's been a great time. God bless you abundantly and replenish you. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
I'm grateful. Pleasure is mine.
Welcome, sir.